and this is Outnumbered Overtime. OT, baby!
Oh my God.
So we were just in
We were promised dancing. Where's the dancing?
Yeah, she did. She just didn't see it. I'm going to turn on some music a little bit late, as we ease into this.
Right.
You didn't see Did you guys watch Empire last night?
No, I've never seen
She
it.
does the little hop. No, don't glaze over the little Harris hop. She goes, "Oh, tea, baby." It's like it's a little hop.
Is it like
it's
a
little
twerk?
bunny
It looks
hop.
like a twerk the way you're doing it.
Baby. Just a couple times.
You're sitting close.
And this couch has more buoyancy than the last one.
I think she
bounce a
moves
little bit
so
more.
forcefully up here that her whole body goes with it.
The Harris hen.
Only a mother hen during Outnumbered today.
The hen
Yeah,
hop.
that was hens don't
It was
dance.
really something.
It was all in love.
Look at this,
It was
look at
all
this.
in love.
I don't know. The mama hen. That was something. That was a
Quite
real
the
risk on
hour.
your part.
It was quite the hour.
It was fun. You know, I wish viewers could watch the breaks. I mean, we have, I think, more fun.
No.
We have it's so much fun. Viewers out there, the breaks are even more fun than live TV. I'll tell you, sitting here on the couch, these ladies are fantastic.
I'd have a pink slip on my desk at approximately
They
1:15.
are a lot like Vegas, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't talk about them in detail.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless we approve.
Unless we approve, or some
happens on the
audio
couch
person in
stays
the
on the
back
couch.
in the control room decides to just mess up our careers.
Yeah.
Just crank it up in the middle of the commercial.
That would be bad.
I
You
may
are a little
find
bit of a
something-
mother hen. You got to admit it.
Wow.
She is, in a good way.
In a wonderful way.
disagree.
I think it's a wonderful connotation.
How is that even positive? Melissa's not even helping you spin that.
No, it's totally positive.
It
It's
is positive.
Okay.
Melissa,
Hey,
what?
that thing is rough. I mean, I don't know.
What's bad
Take
about
your
him?
little chiclets and your little, feathered arms.
Okay. I think the pecking.
Because
And
you're.
that's how
know.
Harris does it.
I think if somebody
I don't
was
think
looking
of
out
pecking
for
at
other
all.
people.
You have our backs,
Yeah.
and you're
Well,
very
I love you
loving,
guys.
and you're
Yeah.
very gracious,
Yeah.
and so my office looks like Jalalabad, like a bomb went off. There's like bright colored poly blend dresses everywhere, and Harris comes in, and she's like, "I'm gonna help you straighten this out. We're gonna get a bottle of wine. We're gonna drink it. And
But you
help
have a bottle of
organize,
wine. I mean, she's
and we're gonna
fun.
she's a solutions-based, caring, gracious, amazing woman.
Right, that's
And-
what I think
And
when I
she
think
just
of Mother
wraps
Hen. I
her
think
wings
of, like,
around
somebody
you
who
and
just,
makes
like-
you feel loved.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are so sweet.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Melissa and I are
Thank
going
you.
right back to the hen in the cage where she's taking the corn away from everybody else.
Yeah,
That's not
Mama
what a mother
Lion, Mama. I mean,
Bear.
I think that Bear is also great. The hen is where I was. Also,
like
the
my
shape
big
of the
sister.
hen.
Mama Bear.
I don't
Mama
want
Bear would
I
have
don't
been
want to be
better.
the shape
No,
of
you
the
remind me of my big
hen.
sister.
Mama Bear would have been better.
I wouldn't call you a hen. I would call you like my big sis.
Yeah.
Lioness.
Mama Bear.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess this will just be about me feeling better about myself now.
Hey, Dr. Abloh. Yeah.
Outnumbered Overtime today. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You know what? I knew what you were trying to say because the topic was, about relationships and all of that.
Families
I was
and-
Men and women and money.
fascinated at how honest you were when we were talking about power in relationships and how when women make their own money, that it increases our power. And sometimes women have a hard time sharing. You said your one friend got divorced because she couldn't share.
Well, I don't know if that's why they got divorced, but I'm just saying that
oopsie.
was
Well,
a
we didn't mention her
mentality. And yeah, that the mentality I think obviously wasn't a shared team mentality, right?
I'll take that one step further because I think so. My husband and I have always worked from the time that we got together, and I feel like I'm going to regret saying this. Don't tape this. Turn off the cameras. We've been married for 15 years. I feel like if we got divorced, I'm not entitled to any split of his money.
Ooh, yeah,
Like,
you don't want
I
to say
feel
that
like-
out loud.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're not getting divorced ever. But it's like, not only do I not feel like mine is
she's
mine
under
and
the
his
influence.
is mine. I
Exhibit
mean, it's
A.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just feel like
Jacoby and Myers.
Yeah.
You want to stop the recording right
No, but the point you raised was about, it is, I mean, I asked my wife about this before that segment, and she said, it's wonderful for women that women are waking more, that's great, but there still is a pressure and expectation for men to be
That
the
is
breadwinner.
true.
Psychologically, it's still there.
Yeah.
For a guy to be like, my wife makes a lot more than me, I stay home. There's still an insecurity there that I don't think guys have fully gotten their arms around.
And I notice a pickup now. So in the last recession, we saw many more men lose their job than women, mainly because of the industry that they're in. There were a lot more women in healthcare and education, places where they didn't lose their job. Now when I go to pick up at school, there's a lot of dads there, and especially during the day. I mean, I would say almost half. And I applaud them for being out there, like they've embraced the role of being at home and taking care. And I think they're setting a great example for their kids that it really can be either one.
It can be. And, so Sheryl Sandberg's doing this Lean In campaign with
You
men.
interviewed her recently.
I interviewed Carly Fiorina.
Oh, okay. Well, then I made it up.
But I would like to interview Sheryl Sandberg
Okay.
about getting men to help out at home, and she calls it chore play. And she has really good advice for
sexy.
For men that they should contribute and do the dishes and help their wives at home, and it would make it easier for the wives. And I wish she would have elaborated on this point a little bit more, because she really is someone who working women can respect and look up to. She said that when your husband tries to change a diaper, if he does it wrong, women are very controlling and very critical, and they come in and they don't do it that way. And she says, just let him do it the wrong way. He'll eventually learn. But if you criticize him, you're going to be changing your own diapers for the rest of that baby's life. And so if you want him to help out, women stop being controlling and critical. And I wish she would have elaborated, because that point about control and power has killed intimacy in relationships.
Well, also because,
and this is why couples are getting divorced.
Also because men, I mean, we'll let the man on the couch, you know, talk about it, but like men like to do things that they're good at. You know what I mean? And so it's like
what happens when their list is short?
They don't.
Not
and so if you're telling them they're doing it badly, you know, they're not. You know, and that's what like marriage counselors will say. It's like if you're just constantly telling your husband is doing something bad, he's going to go do something.
Men need validation and respect.
There's no doubt there's
But half the time, I mean, I'll take it one step further, because one of my girlfriends was saying the way your husband is doing it isn't worse, it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time when you criticize them about the way that they're managing your kids or whatever it is that's going on in the house, we do it this way. Why? Because that's the way you like to do it. Your husband does it differently. The kids feel the difference, and it's interesting to them. But the way you want to do it is not right necessarily.
No, it's a good point. In this story, there's actually a line that reveals a lot. In every category, from paying household bills and managing families' investments, women who are the primary income earners are still more likely to take on the chores than women who aren't.
So we just
more
likely
to take
hard?
on there's probably some overcompensation of, hey, I'm doing this.
So
and I think there's some of that
what's
too.
interesting about that? If women are also then having to work twice as hard because they're still doing the work at home, maybe they think they need a pay raise, and that's why they control the money so much.
Maybe.
I mean, it's an interesting thought. But I tell you that what you said is brilliant. In fact, full confession, it's hard with your first child. You do fall into, look, let me just do it. Because it's got to be, because the baby keeps wetting the bed because you don't close the diaper right on the left side. Let me do it. And I never thought about it. Tony then started changing fewer diapers with that particular child. Now, he came back because I would get so tired I wouldn't care. But I
well, think about male-female relationships. So for decades, it was men who dominated their power over women, right? Where's my dinner? Honey, where are my slacks? Women didn't like it, okay? There's been a national campaign and a conversation rightfully for equality. But the power that we wanted to take on was very patriarchal. We became angry somehow. We wanted to become more like men and assume the characteristics of men. So now the issue is women are behaving more like men, being more powerful, and adopting those wrong techniques of being critical and don't do it that way and don't do it this way. And men are sort of going, because women don't like to be talked to, criticized. No human being
nobody
does.
likes it.
But the difference is we haven't had a national campaign or a conversation about how we treat men in this country. And most men aren't going to stand up and go, I'm a victim. Let's do a million-man march about treating men better. And I actually feel sorry for guys. And I think it's a really big issue, and that's why I'm writing a book on it.
You know, this is interesting.
I take your pity.
Sam Childress says men lose power, they lose respect.
Yeah.
So respect is and DJ Malone says first respect your man.
Well, there's a book called
Respect Each Other.
Yep.
But there's also a book called Love and Respect. Sorry, I have a cough.
Are you
drop in.
snacking? I was wondering what was going on there.
I'm like coughing a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
it's our
coughing a
time.
lot.
We can imbibe. And, well, maybe not
I was
imbibe.
just
I didn't mean
wondering.
that.
Yeah. No, but there's a book called Love and Respect.
I just wanted some.
And it's based on, like in the Bible, it says, women respect your husbands and husbands love your wives. And it's basically saying, like, when they surveyed men and women, and they asked what's the most important thing to you, for men it's respect, and for women it's love. It doesn't mean women don't want to be respected and men don't want to be loved. It's just that those are their highest values. And so if a woman is feeling loved, then she's going to respond differently. And if a man is feeling, and if the men they ask, like, between love and respect, they're like, I'd rather feel respected. You know what I mean? That they actually, it's just like such a key thing for them. That's how they feel loved. Right?
I think we ignore the fact that gender roles and gender attractions or gender natural affinities have been that way for a long time. And the reason the Bible was written that way because out of human wisdom and time and recognition that, hey, men have different desires than women do, and we can recognize it. Doesn't mean you push anybody down or force anybody out, but you're smart in a relationship to understand. I know this with my own wife. If I'm not loving her and spending the time and giving her a phone call, I don't need that same from her. I need some respect and validation. And you learn that, and when you can provide that,
That's your love language.
Real quickly, I want to toggle here
go.
the chat. There's so many of them, I'm not going to get into it. Actually, you know what? There is one here. Ligament says, I want to disrespect. Ligament, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's too long. Ligament is talking about our president's disrespect of Netanyahu. Real quickly, let's go around the couch and just talk about what the news was today. With the president. Do you think he's going to call Netanyahu?
I think eventually he will call because he's called
5 days
before.
from now?
Yeah, it was 6 days the last time in 2013.
5 or 6 days, something like that.
But the difference, Harris, and you mentioned this, about how they're handling it is just night and day. I mean, not just the deputy minister's immediate knee-jerk reaction yesterday, we want to try and repair this relationship in an intimate way, but also what Benjamin Netanyahu told Megyn Kelly, and she'll have more on that tonight. It's just very different. And the White House doesn't seem to care at this point how they appear.
It's not even about grace. It's about, so how do you get what you want in life when you want something? You're having a conflict with someone. It's gotten out of control. And now in this case, the president has lost because Netanyahu has won re-election. If you want to get what you want, you're the first one to call. And you call right away and you say, you know what, congratulations.
Oh, wow.
You won. Congratulations. Well done. Let's start over. Let's turn the page. Let's meet somewhere. Let's talk. Here's when I can meet you. I mean, not
like
even
a matzah summit.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, yes, if you want to be gracious and you're a good person, that's what you do for sure.
Sure.
But even if you take it to the most base level where you just want to get what you want for your country, the smart move is to pick up the phone instantly and say, "Great job."
Wow.
You know,
Gosh,
and just get past
I wish I'd gone to school with you. Where'd you go, Harvard?
Yeah.
You're like the smartest person I know.
Come on.
No, I'm being serious.
Let's stay out here all day. I don't want this to end.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Good to have everybody. Did you have fun?
Oh, it was so fun.
I had fun.
You really have to ask.
I love it. Now let's go to
really
Vegas.
have to ask.
Was it? Okay, off to Vegas we go. No, we'll be back here tomorrow. TV version of us at noon Eastern. Have a good one.